Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm here today to review a new movie that just dropped on Disney Plus last Friday, and I saw it Saturday with my buddy, um, and I didn't get around to reviewing it until just today. It's Rescue Rangers, right? It's kind of like a live action, modern day live action movie of the Rescue Rangers TV show. Now, I remember, sadly, Saturday morning cartoons are no longer around. I think they got rid of those at least, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe? Well, I could be wrong. Maybe like 8 years ago or something like that. But I remember as a kid, Saturday morning cartoons were great. In the 80s, there was big news of like 84, 85, I think. It made big headlines that said Disney was going to doing cartoons for Saturday mornings and stuff like that. It was a big deal. Because at the time, Disney wasn't doing that good. They had a bunch of flops. They still had a bunch of money, but they had a bunch of flops. And then I don't think they really 70s and 80s, right? I think it really got on their feet till, I think, Little Mermaid, which I never saw, was a huge, huge success for them. And then they started getting on their feet. And now you see them now. They own everything. Anyways, they're talking about Saturday morning cartoons, and they had gummy bears. And that was a good show. I liked that. And then I think they did Dragon Slayer. I don't think I really saw it that much. I know that the video game was like 50 cents. The first video game I ever saw was 50 cents. And I'd play, and I'd like die. I'd probably play a whole. I mean, I'd probably die in like 2 minutes or less than that. It was tough. And then in order to get good, you had to put a lot of quarters in there, right? But I figure like this: I could play 2 games of like Spy Hunter or Dig Dug or something like that for 1 game of Dragon Slayer, and I'd be way better at those games. I'd be playing a lot longer. So I played Dragon Slayer a few times. I didn't play that long, you know. Anyway, they had that, and then I remember they had something called Gannon 66, Fox 66, a UHF channel, which became Fox 66. Well, it was Gannon. It was just Channel 66 that Gannon owned, and then it became Fox 66. Oh, when I got home from Germany in like '90 or something like that. I don't know when it became Fox 66, so I wasn't there home. I was in the military. And they had DuckTales. Woo! I was a big fan of DuckTales. They had DuckTales on there. And I remember in Germany they would have DuckTales and Rescue Rangers. And then when I went to Fort Bragg, they'd have something called the Disney Afternoon, which would be Gummy Bears, DuckTales, woo, Tailspin, and Rescue Rangers. I think they end up putting Darkwing Duck on there. But I never watched Darkwing Duck or Duckula. I never watched those two. I watched the other ones. Especially, I like Tailspin a lot. Especially Tailspin and DuckTales and Gummy Bears too. And I remember seeing they had a DuckTales movie, a big screen movie in the theater, on Fort Bragg Theater. I remember watching that. That was great. Well, anyways, they decided to release a full-action animated version of Rescue Rangers, and it's like they kind of did like the Roger Rabbit type thing, where they had a bunch of like, it was live action, but they had a bunch of like cameos from different cartoons, including Stan Marsh from South Park. I mean, you just see him real quick though. A little reference Easter eggs for the older people. You know what I mean? And it's pretty entertaining. There's a scene where he comes in. He takes off his headphone and he lists the Lamb of God. I thought it was pretty cool. The show is pretty entertaining. I liked it. It talks about them from childhood up to when they became the Rescued Rangers, and then up to modern day. And it's an entertaining show. I give it a 8 out of 10. I don't want to give away too much. I mean, you have to see for lots of Easter eggs in there. I was surprised they had Mr. Casual on there from the Robert Crumb Underground Comics. He made his appearance on there too. It was really a really interesting show. So I hope you like this review. Till next time, please take care, my legion.